right, the hearing will come to order. I thank our witnesses for being here, for coming whatever distances you've come. And even if they're short, we're still glad you're here. 2 decades ago, we passed the Cable Act to promote competition and to provide consumers with expanded choices at lower rates. Today, many consumers have a choice of video providers, cable, satellite, and from phone companies. Hundreds of channels have been created catering to almost every interest imaginable. Most people don't watch most of them. The internet now allows us to watch video on not just our televisions, but also our computers, our tablets, and our phones. I know that many in the industry will argue that the Cable Act achieved its goals. I will not go along with that argument. I highly doubt that many consumers would agree. They feel that they have to pay too much and they have very little choice in picking the content that they desire to receive or can receive. As this committee continues its discussion about the future of video, we must take a hard look at the Cable Act's impact on modern television and the marketplace. I understand that some want to make this hearing about retransmission consent, and I agree that millions of Americans who are currently victims of a number of high-profile, ongoing programming disputes deserve answers as to why their screens have gone dark. That's happened in West Virginia. Overheated rhetoric alleging greed and bad faith is of little comfort to somebody paying for services that they are not getting. That's what the health insurance industry did to us, and we stopped it. They can't do that anymore. They're very unhappy about it. And they've actually had to return $4 billion of rebates because we passed a law, which the Supreme Court upheld. And so $4 billion, I'm getting phone calls from people who've gotten checks in the mail because their health insurance company obviously was going to continue to try and only look at the bottom line, forget the consumer until the law passed. Now the law's passed, and now they know they're going to get caught because they're being watched. And $4 billion in a year back to consumers, pretty good. It was certainly of no comfort to the tens of thousands of West Virginians who needed access to news, weather, and emergency information as they were recovering from a natural disaster earlier this month. Actually about the largest one, I guess, in the history of the state. When consumers lose channels in these corporate disputes, they should get a refund, I believe. I think you don't believe that, I do. And I think it's only fair. But retransmission consent is just part of a puzzle. Although consumers have often, they often have the choice of video providers, rates continue to go up faster than the rate of inflation year in and year out and year forever. They're tired of it. I am tired of it. And rather than being able to pick smaller packages or choose the channels they want, consumers are still forced to purchase larger and larger packages of channels, no matter how few they actually watch. This says to me that the market isn't working. Real competition should be bringing rates down. It's my general impression that those I look at the witness table, minus 1 or 2, that your profit margins are very, very high, maybe 30 to 40% per year. And the question that I would say pose to you is that for you, this hearing is how can we make this work for corporate America in the world of television, et cetera. My point of this hearing and my point in chairing this committee is how can we do a better job of protecting consumers? How can we do a better job of protecting consumers? Make sure they get what they want, that they don't have to pay more than they should for it, that the companies involved are thinking about consumers first. Companies always say that, but really do that. Real competition, as I said, should be driving rates down. And it should be driving development. It should be bringing consumers more choices, and it should be spurring new, innovative products. Today, I want to take a close look at several core questions about the Cable Act. Why hasn't competition succeeded in bringing cable rates down, and more programming choices and more selection within those choices? Should the protections in the Cable Act for various entities be maintained? How do we make sure that consumers are protected and see real benefits as video moves to the internet, where people are increasingly watching? To our witnesses, again, I say thank you for being here. I look forward to your thoughts on these questions, and thank you for joining us. And now, Senator DeMint, to be followed by Senator Kerry.